Hey, what's going on, everyone? We got Tyler here at Artisun Solar. How you doing, Tyler, today?
I'm doing good, William. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Tyler, we can go ahead and dive right into it. I just want to ask, could you give me a quick intro just on yourself, what Artisun Solar does and who you guys serve and everything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I am Tyler Putnam. I'm the president here at Artisun Solar. Artisun Solar is a commercial solar company. We do installations. We've done 800 or so over the span of our life here since 2011. And we're a turnkey service, right? So if there's a company that is wanting solar for sustainability reasons, tax incentives, getting in front of the cost of energy that's rising. We make it happen for them and we do it all in a nice package to them.
Awesome. You guys have a lot of good case studies in your site too.
Yes, yeah, we do. We've got a lot of good case studies. We're picking up our marketing a little bit in that side too, just for
Hmm.
social proof. Some of these deals are good size, so other companies like to see some of the businesses that we've helped save money on.
Awesome. And Tyler, I know we're in kind of a unique situation here. You started pretty somewhat recently over there at Artisan. We've been working together as a company since about August. So it's been about 7 months. Take me back if you're not totally sure. That's all good. But when when we started, I know it was initially me, Kirk, and Matt talking. Do you have any idea kind of what the situation was before we started working together, just on the commercial solar lead gen side of what you guys have been doing and maybe still are doing, besides working with us?
Yeah, so outside of you, it's 99% outbound dials from the sales team, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we've picked up our presence a little bit with some rebranding using a marketing team. We also have a third party source that will do some calls for us to see if they can generate any leads. But outside of our sales team, I would say you guys are bringing the most bang for our buck right now.
Cool. Now, do you know some of the hesitations? Obviously, again, you did start later than when we started working together, but some of the hesitations potentially in working. I know Kirk and Matt, I kind of went back and forth with them a couple calls and showed them a lot of good stuff and what we were doing with other companies. But some of the hesitations you typically have, I guess, with other, lead gen companies and what you may have been a little bit reserved before working and trying us out.
Yeah, because we still get a ton of inquiries from similar companies, right? So kudos to you for breaking down the door to even get this far. But I would just say again, the proof in the pudding, right? With when you have case studies or when you have other companies that you've done this for and you can use facts about what you've done and you know solar, that's a big deal. Specifically for us, we're commercial. A lot of the people that reach out are residential and commercial or only residential, where we have a very niche customer group that you have to be very specific with. I mean, it's a challenge on inbound stuff we have too with our marketing stuff. We a lot of the people searching for solar aren't specifying residential or commercial even. So I think the specialty in commercial that you guys have shown us is the biggest benefit.
Perfect. And in terms of the just the appointments themselves, obviously we'll get into the close deal side of things later, but just in terms of the appointment quality, I know you haven't, I don't think you've been directly taking the meetings. We have the sales team
Yep.
taking most of them, but how have those been just in terms of meeting quality?
The meeting quality has gone very well so far. I think the messaging you are sending to the prospects, I mean, that's our hook when we call. It's very similar to what we do when we call. So I think grabbing their attention based on our social proof, our previous customers, our testimonials, again, that gets them in the door. And from there, they're warmed up to understand what we're going to bring to their business with solar. So we have a lot of good conversations. It's a long sales cycle, which we understand that. So that's the starting point for a win for us.
Perfect. In terms of potential sales to your pipeline, do you have any idea? Do you have that number on how much potential sales we've added to the pipeline the past 7 months?
It's tens of millions of dollars. I'll put it that way. I don't know specifically, but I think we're closing in on three contracts from you guys that's a substantial amount of money as well. And then we've held a ton of meetings with prospects that they may not hit this year. It may be next year or further down the line, but they're definitely warm leads in our pipeline at this point.
Awesome. And I know obviously the most important thing, like, tens of millions sounds great, but really obviously the most important bottom line number is going to be how many are you closing? And I know you mentioned long sales cycle. It has only been 7 months. You guys have closed three, is that right, so far?
Yeah, I think we have three total under contract now, which again, typically a sales cycle for this, I mean, it can be 3 months to 2 years, depending on the scenario. The larger the deal, typically longer the sales cycle as well. So I would say 3 and 7 months is a pretty good ratio for the industry that we're in.
And what's the just top line revenue from those three projects total?
I would guess probably $2 to $3 million on those three, just without digging
Oh
into
yeah,
them specifically. Yeah, so
that's awesome. Has it been, I'm just curious, has it been one big one and two smaller ones? Have they all been kind of evenly distributed or?
we're noticing just on the leads in general, they seem to be larger. And I think that's a good thing that you all do as well, right? Like you're bringing in some larger deals, the sales cycle's longer, but your messaging, I think, speaks better to companies with a hierarchy of a CFO or someone of that nature versus, a smaller mom and pop chain that they may not be opening those emails because they're just not up to date on that. So
Mhm. Gotcha. Sweet. Well, that's awesome to hear. Are
yeah.
you comfortable sharing a little bit more about just the projects, like what kind of buildings they were and what kind of businesses?
I can check those. I don't have them off the top of my head right now, but I mean,
Mhm.
I can look them up if you want me to.
You don't have to if it's going to take time. I know we're primarily targeting industrial type buildings. We got a pretty big,
Yeah,
focus on
yeah,
that, seems
and
like.
some of
So.
them, I mean, some of them are steel plating, manufacturers, things like that. People that are running high electricity bills, running lasers, running assembly lines, things like that. That's kind of our niche where we can make a big impact on their ROI. So.
Mhm, for sure. And
Yep.
do you know the kilowatts installed or megawatts of those projects?
I do not know. I mean,
Okay.
I can check them out and get them to you, but I don't know those off the top of my head. So.
Okay. That's all good.
Yeah.
Cool. How long did it take? Do you know how long it took just from I think we booked your first appointment in either August or September. I'd have to go back and look. Do you know how long it took to close that first one?
Yeah, I think the first one was right around 3 months.
Okay,
I
good.
think the first one was 3 months and the other was closer to, I think the other two were right around 6 to 9 months, somewhere in there.
Perfect. Cool.
Yes.
And based on the tens of millions we've added to the pipeline, if you had maybe a tough year and things didn't really go your way, like conservatively, how much do you think it'd be possible just on the lower end to close from this?
I would say probably 2 to 3 to 5 million, probably hopefully out of that. I mean, I don't know if they would all close this year, but ideally we would be closing those at some point. So we work these as far as we can to ground. And if they were
Mhm.
interested at some point, a lot of things change in the solar industry and their business as well. So we stay on these as long as we can.
Keep them on with the follow-ups.
Yep, yes, we do.
Yeah, that's the key for
Yeah,
sure.
until they tell us no, we're gonna stay after them because they were interested at some point, and we also have a lot of conviction on what we can do to help their business.
Mhm. Awesome. Yeah, I mean the offer and the product and the belief and obviously the stuff you've been doing for other companies definitely helps.
Yeah,
Now
yep, that's a big part of it.
overall, just those other deals, like, are they? I just want to get an idea and just for feedback for us too. Like, how are those progressing? Are most of I mean, would you say like a vast majority of those are taking the next steps at least, and like, you know, in that process? Or
Yeah,
are
I
you?
would say I would say we have a lot that are in a serious evaluation stage right now, and then I would say a majority of them end up in a future follow-up, right?
Mhm,
Especially with the economy and the politics happening right now, a lot of people are kind of on pause to see what the tariffs
mhm,
do, what some of the grants and benefits and things like that do. So I would say if that wasn't a challenge, we'd probably see a lot more pin action, as we call it, on some of these deals. But I think that'll pick up at the end of the year. If we have this conversation at the end of the year, I would imagine it'll be an even better story,
Awesome. Yeah, because I know
which
I
I'd be
think
happy to do. I think another one at the end of the year will probably be a good fit too. So
I appreciate it. Yeah, because I know Kirk, I think he mentioned, I don't know if that's still the goal, but 100 million revenue.
yeah, yep, I
That's
got
what
it
he
on my
mentioned.
whiteboard over
So
there. That's still the goal.
awesome.
Yes.
So slowly chipping away. What?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to share that, but because I know we started a few months back. So yeah, and it's been really cool seeing you guys grow as a business too. Obviously, you were already super established when we started talking, but I mean, since we worked together, the whole website you revamped it. It looks just totally different. And I just noticed the team, like they brought you on, promoted Peter, and just like the team has changed so much. I can tell you guys are growing, which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah, we're not done. We've got a marketing person coming in here starting
Hmm.
in 2 weeks. We're gonna hire a couple more salespeople. As the sales grows, we'll need to backfill different positions and create positions that don't exist yet. So yeah, we definitely feel like we're in a high growth mode coming into this year, into next year.
Awesome. Love that. Super
Yeah.
exciting. Last question for you, Tyler. If you were to just talk to, because I get a lot of people who are interested in signing up and they ask, hey, can we call Artisan or call whoever? I'm like, hey, I'd rather just have them just kind of share their thoughts in a video just to keep it, be respectful of their time. What would you tell another company, in another territory who's thinking about working with us, but they're just a little hesitant? Maybe they've been burned before, or, they're just a little skeptical. What would you tell them about working with us?
I would say to take a chance. I mean, I think what you guys do is a very niche thing. So if email marketing works, if you don't have the ability to do it in-house, then find someone that can do it effectively, which you guys have proven you can. So that would be my guess, is there's a lot that goes into it that even when we research it, we don't know, or we don't know how to execute it. And that's where companies like you come into play that can execute it on our behalf.
Awesome. I appreciate that. And hopefully we can
Yeah.
get that. I know we're starting to test out that LinkedIn strategy. Hopefully we can get that rolling for you guys soon.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
that'll be good too. I'll be interested to see how that pans out. I mean, again, it can't hurt to try, that's for sure.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, I don't want to keep you too long. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. And I'm really excited to hear about the closed deals and the growth there. And I'll go ahead and wrap this up.
Me too, man. Let's do it again at the end of the year and see what we have.
Cool. Sounds like a plan. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, William.
All right. Thanks, Tyler.